Okay, and welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys podcast. I go by the name of Chaku.
Michael Stokes, baby. Sorry, I was watching a chandelier fall.
And we are back for another episode of the Saucy Boys podcast.
And this would be our last episode before the holiday of Thanksgiving. Chaku, what are you giving thanks for this year?
Bro, we already in the holidays. This shit is crazy.
I know, it's fucking wild.
Everything's moving so quickly.
This year is almost finished, and I feel like it just started.
That's exactly how it feels.
You know?
What am I thankful for? I guess just opportunities, really. That's all I'm really thankful for. It's just more opportunities to do more shit. This year the opportunity's been kind of light though.
Word?
It feels a little light. I haven't done a lot of cool shit. Not as much cool shit as I did last year.
Yeah. It's okay.
I mean, I've done some cool things.
You'll
And
bounce
some
back.
very amazing and cool things have happened, but
Well, yeah, I was about to say, I mean, there was kind of like a life-altering thing that happened in the halfway through the year for you,
Yeah.
so it's kind of okay.
so that's great.
You know?
I really dig that part.
Yeah.
But work-wise, I feel like it's been kind of. I've been dealing with a lot of bullshit this year. Niggas has been testing me, so maybe that's why I'm just like, I don't know.
Why these niggas always?
It's funny because I post things to be like to make I'm making an observation, of course, where it's like, all right, cool, like you provide a service for somebody. We'll get into that later.
What type of service do you provide?
Hey, nothing I can say on this podcast.
What's a ZJ? You gotta ask. You can't afford it.
Yeah, you can't afford that shit. But now we'll dig into it later. But let's talk about this. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful, man. This sounds really cliche. I'm really thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful for my personal relationships right now in my life.
Yeah.
Cause I just think back. I was telling my girl the other day, like I remember when I was at my lowest of the low. It was probably like same time this year, like 12 years ago, and I was like super depressed that like I felt like I was letting my talent be squandered because like I knew I was smart, but I wasn't doing nothing with my life. You know what I'm saying? And like I just like had like an epiphany where I was just like, man, I've come a long way. And I was just, it just kind of hit me the other day, and I was like telling my girl about it. It was just like, man, I just remember being like so depressed at what was going on in my life like 12, 13 years ago. And now I'm at this point where in my life where I'm like, I'm good. Like I have good relationships with everyone close to me, essentially, like family, my girl, things like that. Like I'm just really, I'm good right now. You know what I'm saying? And that,
I look at that too. Now that you mention that, and it's like looking back from like where I first started, until now, but even how much things have changed within like the last like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And like how much like things have advanced quickly. And that's just from like being in certain positions from like now until, like this point, like especially like you, like what I've seen personally with the jobs and like how quickly you've advanced with that. And like that shit is great.
Yeah. I'm happy about that. I mean, shit, when you're going through school and shit like that and you're looking, like, I remember like counting the years of like, well, if I go now, that's 4 years. Maybe I'll be done by I'm 30 and shit. And now it's just like, I'm done. I'm out in the world. I progress through the business world with
like you were
relative ease.
You were fucking with like that point up until like right before you like graduated. And like then like the shit that you was doing, like that drive to fucking Austin,
nigga,
and
yo,
like the dedication that because a lot of niggas would just been like, man, fuck
they would
that.
quit. There were many times where I was just like, fuck this, I can't do this no more. But I still did it just cause or whatnot. But no, that's another thing I'm thankful for, because I get reminded for it every time I get in my car and I see how many fucking miles I put on that bitch from all them goddamn drives, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm so glad I don't have to do that shit all the time no more.
Yeah.
But before we get any further, let's get into this Bevy real quick, because
let's dig into it.
It is Thanksgiving, so we're running back a holiday favorite. This one was introduced by Chaku last Thanksgiving, and it is a fucking favorite of mine. The Thanksgiving margarita is making its return. It's back to back like the cover of Lethal Weapon. You know what I'm saying? We brought it back, baby. Kind of looks like the cream kind of like curdled in there. Not curdled, but it separated with the liquor and all that. But that'll all change if you stir it a little bit more. But yeah, we've got our little Thanksgiving margs. So let's go clinky.
Cheers.
Yeah. Just how I remember.
Damn. Yeah, it's really good. This shit tastes like pie.
Yeah, I do.
This is pie in a glass.
For those who don't remember, the Thanksgiving margarita is your favorite tequila. We like Terramana, some pumpkin spice liqueur. Shake that up over ice, pour it into a cup with ice, and then splash a little bit of that Martinelli's apple cider in that bitch.
Gotta be the Martinelli's.
And do your rim with sugar, cinnamon, and brown sugar, and you'll be good to go.
And, if you want to garnish it with a cinnamon stick or maybe a caramel apple pop, do your thing.
Yes. That's what we were thinking of doing, but we decided to hold off.
Yeah, because I'm not finna be sitting here sucking on a caramel apple pop.
A lot of pause moments if we both had like lollipops and we're doing this pod.
Just sitting here.
But let's go and get into it, man. Like it's been we're really pushing through this year like we were talking about, man. This shit is almost done. It's wild to think.
It's like 2 months.
Not even that.
Shit.
Like a month and a half, bro.
That is like, where does the time go?
I really don't know.
I was thinking of a Gambino song. Where did the time go? Chilling with the Asian chick I met in Chicago. That's directly where my brain goes. Like whenever I say something. Have you ever done that? Where you just you say something and you end up like quoting like a movie?
Yeah.
Or like I do that shit all the time and people think I'm like y'all never do that.
No, I think most people do that. I don't know.
I know a lot of people that don't, because like I'll quote shit and they're like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, or like I'll tell them a movie that's like a popular fucking movie, or like something that just has gained like cult, like whatever.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it. I'm like, well, what do y'all do?
Yeah. So I'll tell you one for me where that happened, and I felt so old when it happened. I was still interning at the bank. And we went to Rack Space to do something with their interns. And like they were showing us around their property, which if you're from San Antonio, the Rack Space location is just the old Windsor Park Mall. And I'm old enough to remember that. But they were like showing us around, and like we went into like the main area, and they were like, yeah, look, there's all this space and blah, blah, blah. And we can go wherever we want. And I had like made the joke from Step Brothers. I was like, oh yeah, there's so much room for activities. And no one laughed. And I was just like standing there, just like, y'all don't get it. It's so he was just like, yeah. He gave me like a straight answer. He was like, yeah, we do a lot of like things. Like they'll do like yoga out here on the floor, and I'm just like, wait, what? Yeah. Like, huh?
Like nobody.
It's like you don't get the joke, bro. Like fuck, man. But yeah, I know that feeling. It sucks.
That's not even like an old.
It's not. It isn't.
Like you should know Step Brothers. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, I catch myself quoting shit a lot, and people just look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna fuck off.
So, yeah, fuck me, right?
Yeah, fuck me, right?
I'm the fucking idiot. Huh? Yeah, bye, guys.
What was that, Superbad? Fuck me, right?
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. So I bet that would go over some people's head. But yeah, it's just crazy to think, because we were talking about before we got on the pod, like W's that we've been getting, and I hit on those Air Jordan 11s. Damn. But the reason why I'm talking about like at the end of the year is because I remember specifically when they dropped the last pair of 11s last year and I missed on them. I was pissed.
Which ones were they?
I don't remember the colorway. But I remember going to Google immediately and I was like, when's the next pair of 11 Air Jordan 11s dropping?
It's always,
and it gave me the whole 2022 release. So I knew that the 72 and 10 lows were dropping, and then I wouldn't have another shot until December. And I fucking did it, Chaka.
You did it.
I'm in there like swimwear.
You spoke that shit into existence.
I'm in that fucking pit. Yes. I wrote it on the wall.
I remember you saying that too. He's like, I want the was it like the cherry red?
Yeah. I think I sent it to you like months in advance of just like, yo, I got to go for these or whatnot. And just by chance, I'm working and I got that Soul Links notification about like the live.
See, I'm pissed because did you watch the live?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Okay, I watched it. The shit popped up
and I was like, on it.
But see, okay, the thing that fucked me up is whenever it popped up, it was like enter your sneakers passcode, and I'm like, So I entered it, and then like when I went to hit purchase, like the shit froze, and then the whole app crashed.
They fucked me too like that, and I did it. And while I was on it, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I reset my password real fucking quick, and I guess I got in enough time that it went back to my fucking face scan, and it scanned that bitch and put in my Apple Pay, and I was able to get it done. And I was just like,
I was like, these motherfuckers, man.
But same thing, I thought I was gonna miss because it immediately went to the pending screen, and you're in line.
Man, okay, and see with these, I seen them on the live, and I was like, damn, those look kind of dope. Like I kind of want them, but I'm waiting for the Lost and Founds to drop, and those
are nice too
this weekend. So hopefully I can hit on those. If not, because I didn't get the exclusive access, and yeah, so hopefully I can hit on something.
But also, you've been hitting on a lot more shit though, right? You got some more shit coming through, right?
Nah, just the ALD, the New Balance, and then I got a pair of 4s that I really wasn't too like jazzed about, but I just wanted another pair that because they look similar to the military black ones.
Yeah,
but they're the navy, midnight navy ones. So, I might not even keep those. I might let those fly.
Just a wear and flip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You like Cash Money back in the early in the 2000, wearing shit one time and then just getting rid of it.
That, and then I got the those 13s, and I bought those 13s by, I guess you could say, accident.
Which one? The Cowboys color ones? Oh yeah.
Because I was like, man, fuck it. Because I wasn't hitting for a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, let me see if I can hit on these. And then I just like did it, and of course, fucking surprise was like got them. I was like, okay. Like, but everything else I was trying to get a got them for, I didn't get.
But that's how it works for you though. It's always the ones where you don't want, you always get.
Yeah. Or the ones like I know, I'm like, man, this looks like a general.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, it's like, surprise, got them. And then they get here all quick. But then the ones that I really want
take forever.
And like I hit that, like it's like 2 weeks. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like those ALDs, I still can't believe yours are on the way and mine haven't even shipped yet. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I'll get them on Friday. I'm upset. I ordered something for myself, a nice little present, and I ordered in the beginning of October, and they said it takes like 7 days to ship, and it's been well past 7 days, and I still haven't got that shit. And like, I'm tempted to cancel the order, but I feel like if I cancel the order, I'm like, oh, we're about to send it, which sucks. Cause
sorry,
whatever, man.
No return.
I've been having shitty luck this past like month and a half. My car got fucked up.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you're pushing the Denali right now, though. G.
Yeah, the Denali is nice. Well, see, I hate that shit because every time I get like some work done to my car and then I have a rental car, it's like I don't even want my old car back.
That's the point, dog.
It's like you could keep this. And I tried to get like the most basic fucking car.
And they upgraded your shit.
Okay, so this is the whole shit that happened. Enterprise, y'all are some fucking hoes, man. Because I had gotten into an accident like 2 or 3 years ago, and I had rented a car through my insurance. And so at the end of my time that I had with the car, they were like, oh, you still owe a balance of like $300. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just paid it, right? And then they call me a week later, and they're like, hey, there's still this balance on this account. It's $350. And I'm like, what?
Like, bitch, I just paid it.
Like, I just paid that. And so I was telling them, like, but no, it's this. And so I was like, whatever. Like, just gave them the money, right? And then I go to L.A. to shoot the Snoop Youth Football League thing. And while I'm out there, the dude that was trying to get us around, he was trying to rent a car. He couldn't rent one. And so I was like, oh, fuck it. Like, I'll rent one. Whatever. So I go to the counter, and the lady's like, oh, we have you on the DNR. And I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, you still owe a balance of $300.
What?
I was like, are you serious?
You swindled me out of $650 at this point now.
And so I was like, well, how can I pay that? And like, you can't pay that here. You got to do it through whatever. So when I got back, I paid another $300.
Now we're at 900. They're running you up for a G now.
I'm like, let me just take care of this, because it may have been some other. I don't know, because I had the rental for a long time.
Yeah,
I had the rental for I think almost 3 weeks, because they took forever at the shop with my car.
Yeah.
So, flash forward to this past week, I go to Enterprise because it's in my insurance. Like, they give you a discount on rental, whatever. So I get there, and the lady's like, we have you on the DNR, and the balance is $293. I was like, what the fuck? So I go, and I'm talking to the lady at the counter. I'm like, well, can I just pay? At this, like, I don't care because I needed a fucking car. I was like, can I just pay? And she was like, oh, we can't take any payments through the branch. How the fuck do people rent cars then?
Well, yeah.
So she gives me a number to call, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So I'm getting ready to call. So I call them on there. They send me to another phone number, and then that person sends me to another number, and then the last person sent me to another number, and then the final number that I got, they're like, oh, you can't pay online. They have to contact you. So what's your email? So I give them my email, and finally, like, I'm going through all this shit. I'm like, just fuck it. So, fast forward past all that shit, I ended up going to Hertz. And when I went to Hertz, I was like, all right, let me get the most basic car, whatever. I was trying to get like a little Chevy Malibu. And then I did the reservation for it. And they called me right before I was supposed to go pick it up. And they're like, hey, we don't have any cars. All we have is SUVs. And I was like, all right, well, then just give me the SUV. And they're like, oh, well, it's only like the premium SUVs, like the big ones. And I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, nah, like, that's cool. And then so finally I'm like, you know, fuck it. Like, let me just do it because I need a car. Like, I'll just have this for a couple of days. And if y'all get something else in, like, I'll just switch it out.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the lady. She's like, well, is your car in the shop? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, well, we can give you a discounted rate for it. I was like, man, this lady, man, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. So shout out to the lady at Hertz. And so they're like, we can give you this premium car or whatever for the same
Big
price
body
that you was gonna get the Malibu for. And I was like,
excuse me?
I was like, what? And it's like, yeah, okay. So I ended up doing, the only thing that sucks about this car is the gas tank. It's premium gas. It's a 20-gallon tank, and that shit is ridiculous. It's a gas guzzler for sure. Up. Yeah, it's like $100 to fill up. But it's a really nice car. But yeah, nah. So okay, another fast forward. I already have this rental car for like 2-3 days. Enterprise finally calls me back, and they leave a message. They're like, oh, you're actually not on the DNR. So if you want to set up a rental with us, I'm like, you motherfuckers, bro.
Just because y'all don't have y'all shit figured out.
So that was my long rental dilemma. It's been a bitch. I've been really enjoying this Denali though. So I think I might get one. I can't even front.
Nice, you gotta pop out. You're a dad now. You gotta have the extra room for the fucking the seats and shit. You gotta push it. I want an SUV too eventually, but I just don't know which one I want. It changes like every other day.
It really does, and it's funny though, cause like I see like the Denali, right? It's like top of the line, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then I see the Tahoe, and I'm like, it looks similar.
It is. It's just a different brand. Version of it.
But they have like the same fucking features, and I'm just like, this shit is crazy.
So I know so much about this shit because, of course, I worked with car dealerships for so long. But you start to notice it, like all the similarities. So it's like a GMC is a part of General Motors, and so is Chevy. So the Chevy Tahoe is just the Denali of the Chevy brand.
Yeah.
The GMC, the Denali it's the Tahoe of the GMC and so forth. And then you start picking up on what their premium lines are. So the Acura is Honda's premium line.
Yeah.
Genesis is Hyundai's like luxury line.
Hyundai is such a shitty car.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But Genesis look nice though.
Yeah, they do look nice. My mom has a Hyundai, and I'm just like, and she fucking hates that thing. She's like, it's like there's little hamsters in the engine. This shit is slow. She be trying to put the pedal to the metal. That shit don't be going.
You know one that's flipped their image for me, because I had a homeboy get one for like his first car in high school. Kia.
Yeah.
Kia's got some fire shit. Like the Kia Stinger looks fucking.
It looks dope.
Fire.
Ever since Blake Griffin started dunking over them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
When the Kia Optima dropped, niggas is like, yo, I'm getting a Kia.
Well, the Optima, it doesn't exist anymore. It's called the K5.
Oh, Lord.
They changed it up. But their SUV, the Telluride, is a big body motherfucker.
They done stepped up their shit, though.
It kind of looks like a every man's Range Rover.
See, I still don't know if I could bring myself to get a Kia, though.
But here's the thing, like the logo's changed. It doesn't look like, that's the thing with them. They've rebranded completely, so they don't even look like Kias.
But
Because when my homeboy got his, we were just like, oh, you got a Kia. Now it's just like, damn, that's a Kia.
But remember what Kanye said: you can have any car you want, but not no Kia.
Well, I don't listen to what Kanye says. Fortunately for me.
Yeah, man, that shit. Man, the Kanye news is slowed down a lot.
Oh yeah, it's because Kyrie.
That's great, man.
Is still in the championship belt.
Leave Kyrie the fuck alone.
No, man, we gotta make fun of weird niggas, man. Y'all weird niggas are too contrarian. Y'all want to be fucking heroes and shit and speak your mind on shit that's not even important. So,
but you know it's crazy though. Like I feel bad for him because all that nigga did was post a link. I mean, he be saying some shit
for a video he didn't even watch. That shit is 3 hours long. That nigga didn't watch that shit.
He probably watched pieces of it, just like everybody else watches pieces of things.
And
then they act like, so I seen this thing. And it's like, nigga, you watched 5 minutes of that shit.
It's like people who read headlines on articles and then just like share them and be like, see, I told you, even though it's like clearly a clickbait ass headline.
Yeah.
And that's not even what the story's about. But welcome to 2022.
I've done that.
That's the world we're in. That's why I don't, that's one of the reasons why I fell back from Facebook. One, years ago, but two, I don't share articles no more.
Facebook is fucking worse.
Yeah,
I get on there and like I see so much bullshit on there.
It's a cesspool.
And then like I see people talk, can you believe that this person did this? I'm like, yo, for one, my thing is like, why do y'all care so much?
I've seen people share like actual like Onion articles.
Oh
yeah, like they're real.
Yeah, I've seen.
And like they're like, can you believe this? And I'm like, I just glance at it and I'm just like, yo, that's from the Onion, bitch. That's a joke. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh.
You know, I can't even front. My mom be doing that shit sometimes. She's like, did you hear about this? I'm like, Mom, that's not real. She's like, well, it's on Facebook. I'm like,
I don't mean shit. So what? Facebook's I remember having this argument with a friend a long time ago, my coworker, because like he was like dead set on like he became like conspiracy man. And like he was like dead set on like the World Trade Towers knockdown shit, and he was like, well, there's this video on YouTube about it, and I was like, nigga, everything on YouTube ain't real, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how many views did it have? Well, it was less than 100. It was like, oh, so like 20 fucking weirdos watched the video and they think that they're the fucking experts of opinion now.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Like, it's easy to sway an opinion. That's basically how like flat earth theory and all that grew, because someone watched a fucking 1 view video on YouTube.
It was like, yo, this makes sense.
Yeah, and then a bunch of nerds, a bunch of fucking weirdos just started sharing it with each other. Like, oh, I mean, we're the only ones who've seen it, so it has to be real. And it's like, it's not fucking real.
I always see like all those conspiracy theory things on TikTok too, and I'm just like, and I don't really believe it. Like, there's some shit that makes sense, and I watch it, but I never be like, oh, that's true because they said it. But like, some of this shit is just so outlandish. It's like, it's very entertaining. I'll be getting into conspiracy theories on TikTok.
To me, it's like, this is fact, man. Like, the sky's blue. Mm-hmm. If you put out a video telling me that it's actually orange, I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. Like, y'all are fucking, that shit is like weirdo shit to me.
So like that.
Why are you so gung-ho about trying to be right about something?
Did you see the one joint where they was talking about like how this Antarctica? And how like it's just like a ice wall, and like you go over the wall and there's like a whole fucking like civilization in the middle, like it's like this like secret.
No, I didn't see it. Shocking.
It's funny as fuck because I'm like, but then in my head I'm like, yo, what if that shit was real? I be thinking just like it's like Marvel for me.
Yeah,
it's
I was
like,
about to say the Marvel movies have ruined you guys. Y'all all want some shit from Marvel to be real so fucking.
No,
bad.
I'm talking about the What If series, where it's like, what if like Black Panther was Star-Lord or like some shit like that. I be thinking about shit like that. But yeah, like sometimes people be like, I hear some of these like younger kids talking about, did you know that there's an ancient civilization on the other side of the ice wall in Antarctica? Or I'm like, have you been? Like like this shit, y'all pay too much attention to this shit that's on.
Weird, man.
So I just, you know where I'm at? I'm in the fucking now. I'm just in here in this moment, and I'm living, working, and paying my bills. I don't give a fuck about what's going on in Antarctica.
Thank you.
As long as that shit ain't melting. As long as
it is, but
but just melt slower. All right, just melt slower. That's one thing I will say. I'm a big like for like climate change and shit. Like, not big, but I just like environment. Yo, protect that shit.
Environmental guy, you know.
Yeah, protect that shit. I got my recycling bins. I do my part. I make sure it gets to where it's supposed to be. I
I
try
would,
to
I would
eliminate waste.
recycle more if my apartment complex didn't make it so hard to do. Like they're like, you have to put it in a blue trash bag and set it out separately from your other trash. And it's like, so wait. You're not even gonna excuse me. You're not even gonna provide the bags for me.
But then
It's like, aren't y'all supposed to want us to recycle?
But then how is that even helpful if you have to buy more plastic?
Exactly.
Buy more,
and so it's stupid.
like our apartment complex, they just have a big ass bin and it tells you what you can put in there, and all the shit that I have that's recyclable in my area, I just take all that shit over there in my little IKEA bins. I dump that bitch in there and then I go about my way.
So check it out. I've minimized my carbon footprint like that.
Ooh.
Like that shit. I minimized mine because I think we're going on 5 months, we stopped drinking water bottles.
See, I need to stop doing
So
that shit.
what I do now is I go to Lowe's, I get 2 5-gallon jugs, and then on Amazon you can buy the fucking water dispenser that you stick on top of the jug, and it pours the water out for you. It's like the dispenser, it's top, and it comes with a tube that you just fucking run down to the bottom of your shit, and then you press the button and it will fill up any cup or whatever you drink. And so me and my girl both have tumblers. I got like 2 tumblers. She's got like 20 of them motherfuckers. And so that's what we drink. We drink water out of our tumblers all the time, but we don't go to the store as much because we were flying through water bottles, and she's a very wasteful person. Like she'll drink like half a water bottle and then get another one the next fucking day.
Bro.
And I got tired of that shit.
I can't even front because I be doing this. I recycle my bottles though.
Yeah.
I recycle my bottle, but like I get home from a gig and I'll have like one on the counter and then I'll have like one next to the bed, and then like I'm like, well, these aren't cold, and so I'll grab a cold one from the fridge and I'll take both in my room and like go lay down, and then like I wake up and there's like 3 water bottles next to my bed and I'm like, well, they're warm now, I don't want to drink them, so I go get a cold one.
So I'm gonna drink this bottle that I got right here, just cause. But what my girl would do, like the tipping point for me was like I watched her. It became like just like a habit for her. Like she wasn't even thinking about it. But I watched her walk in the house from work, grab a water bottle, open it, take a sip, put it down in the kitchen, went to the restroom, changed, came back out, and got another fucking water bottle.
Grabbed another one.
Yes. And I was like looking at the one on the counter like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
See,
what are you doing?
And see, I'm conscious of my water bottles that I leave around. So like, if you notice, like when you looked at my fridge, those 2 water bottles down there, those are ones that I'm cooling now. You know, I'm about to drink them later. And then I got this big bitch over here. I'm still working
the big
on this.
Essentia, the good shit.
You know what though? Like I will say, like lately, it's been really hard for me to drink water.
You drink too much alcohol?
Nah, so not even that. But even when I stopped drinking, it was like hard for me to drink water. So I've been like super dehydrated lately.
Ew.
And I've been trying to figure out ways to like increase my water intake, but like
IV,
like along with like my appetite, like my thirst hasn't been like, my appetite's been fucked up and my thirst has been fucked up. And I haven't even really been drinking as much. Like when I played Saturday, I only had like two shots throughout, my entire shit. But it's like for some weird reason, like drinking water for me, like right now, is like it's difficult.
It's harder to drink water when it's cold outside, honestly.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. I don't drink as much when it's below 50 degrees outside.
I be seeing niggas drink like the whole like gallon. Like, did you drink your gallon today?
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck, man? How do y'all get through that? Like,
the water movement of, that's a waste of time to me.
But then like I be thinking about it too. I'm like, well, fuck, like I'm really because I can tell I'm dehydrated. Yeah. And it's just like because I've been congested for the longest time, and I took Mucinex, so like, and I noticed like when I chug a bunch of water, I can spit up like all that fucking congestion that I have on my chest. But
your body's like, oh, he's helping us finally.
Yeah. But today, man, like I just been coughing and like nothing's been coming up. I'm like, oh God, this shit is the worst.
Yeah. That sucks. Yeah. Just drink your water. Drink your water, take your vitamins, say your prayers, do all this shit.
So, all right, question.
What's
the last movie that you seen?
It's been a while, Chaku. I think Not new. Does it have to be like new movie?
Or what's the latest movie you watched?
It's probably be Smile, bro. Oh no, I'm tripping. That dumbass Halloween Ends. That was the last new movie I've seen. Because it came on. It was on Peacock, and we watched that and was highly disappointed. I have not seen anything new since. I watched Gladiator the other night.
Have you seen No Way Home yet?
No.
Okay.
Still haven't seen that.
Man, you got to get on it.
I know, I'm fucking up. Shit, my bad. I'm just not a big Spider-Man guy, you know?
I feel that. I have my moments with him. Man, okay, so the last movie I went to go see actually was just Black Panther. If you get a chance, man, go check it out. It's actually really good.
I'm good.
No?
Silent protest, bro. I'm telling you. I'm not happy about them not recasting Chadwick Boseman's character. I'm very upset about that.
They could.
It's not a surprise. They put it in the trailer. We know someone else wears the Black Panther suit.
No, I'm talking about what they have in there. I was fucking surprised. I was like, this is happening? This shit is dope. You'll see when you see it.
Yeah, when it comes on Disney Plus.
Man, don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
I catch it in theater because somebody's going to fuck it up for you on Twitter.
Oh, okay. 90% of the time, I look for the spoiler. You know what I'm saying?
You looking for like the leaked trailers and shit?
No, I just look for what people say. And then eventually some loser is going to be in the theater taking pictures with their phone, and I'll see the pictures.
I'll be trying to avoid, like, for movies I really want to see, like, I try to avoid, like, all the trailers and shit, but, like, for shit I don't really care about, I'm like, oh, yeah, like, give me the spoilers. Like, I want to know what's going on. Give it to me. Oh, okay, so the new John Wick.
Yes.
That shit looks good.
I will be front row for that.
It's crazy how they're taking, like, this movie that should have been like a one and done, and they've made multiple films off of it.
Built literally a whole universe off of it. There's going to be like a spin-off show coming and everything.
Which is dope as fuck.
All because some fucker killed his dog.
Yeah. But I like where they're going with this one. I'm excited to see how I'm excited. Keanu Reeves said he's gonna keep making them until like he can't no more, right? That was the word on the street.
Keep it up, Keanu.
Man, shout out to Keanu Reeves.
We've discussed this before about how Keanu just keeps reinventing himself. And if you're of a certain age, you know like 4 different versions of Keanu Reeves, the action star.
Yep.
Where it's either like Point Break and Speed Keanu, The Matrix Keanu. Now it's like the John Wick Keanu. But it's like this man just keeps like reinventing himself for different decades, and it's amazing.
I like the John Wick Keanu because like his acting in these films, it's very like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to try for like any like fucking emotion.
But that's
like
the thing.
In movies before, like when he would try to like show emotion and shit, it just kind of looked off. But now he could just like be him.
Well, he's never been a good actor, so he literally just created the role that was perfect for his acting skill set. Of just not doing much, not too much, not too little. You know what I'm saying?
Like you just, I like how like every time they ask him a question, the John Wick 4 trailer, he's like, oh, I just gotta do what I gotta do. Or whatever the fuck he said. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dang. Movie in the background. Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yes.
Is this one where they're at Disneyland?
No, that's 3.
Oh, damn.
And
see, I think that was the first one that I seen.
It's the same thing with me. It's the first one I've seen. We've had this discussion before. Movies we've seen out of order. That one, RoboCop. I saw RoboCop 2 before I saw RoboCop 1. What's another one? Ninja Turtles 2. I saw the original Ninja Turtle. That one first before I saw the original Ninja Turtles. And so, it does something to you. I was thinking about this the other day. What are movies that I was thinking about this when I was watching Gladiator. Gladiator still holds up 20-something years later. Amazing fucking movie. Love it. It's got bars in it. Like Maximus be dropping bars. Also didn't know. Based on true shit. Joaquin Phoenix's character. He was a real fucking Caesar in the Roman days. And he was known for his love of the fucking Coliseum gladiator fights and shit. And he was actually like assassinated and killed. Never knew that this whole time. But while I was watching it, I was like, it's not many movies that like I have this great memory of, and then I go back and watch again and I'm still satisfied. It's like a handful of films like that don't get ruined for me. And I was starting to think like, what was like the first one that you could think about where you had like this great memory of it, and then you went back and saw it and was like, fuck, that sucked. Because like for me, it was probably the Power Rangers movie, the first one. I remember seeing it as a kid, and then like I saw it again in like high school when I was a senior. And when I watched it, I was like horrified at how bad it was.
Wait, you talking about the very first one?
Yes. The one where like it was a big deal that they like redid the suits. They were using CGI and shit for the Zords and shit.
At the end, with the niggas was fighting in the
jungle, and they was talking about how Ivan Ooze had Angel Grove going codeine crazy because that nigga was basically just pulling up purple stuff and giving it to everybody. That nigga was like Future.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie as a kid looked amazing. And then it's a movie I have not revisited it since I saw it that one time in high school and was like horrified by it.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because I don't think I've seen it since. Like I think I've seen like parts, but I haven't watched it like all the way through. You know what? One movie I will say, because I don't know, I haven't had too many movies like that. I go back and watch and I'm not satisfied with. Not that I can think of off top. I know ones that I can go back and watch and I'm like satisfied with. It's like the Goonies. Like every time I see it, it doesn't matter. Like I think because that like how they built out the sets and like all that
it's
shit.
Practical. Like, I think that's the main thing. I think it's the ones that relied heavily on like early CGI. Yeah, they do not hold up anymore, and it looks bad.
Like Anaconda, surprisingly, that one held up.
Oh yeah, we were watching that one time. Yeah, that was good. That was good shit. You know.
You know what? One movie I will say is a cinematic masterpiece, and I didn't realize this until I watched it the other day. The Little Rascals.
That's one of those movies that I've seen. I saw it when it came out, but I haven't seen it since.
Bro, if you watch that shit now, like everything is on point, and it's a great movie for kids and adults. Like I was watching shit, I was like, yo, this is a really good movie, and just like the comedy. Like the punchlines on the little fucking what's his name? I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey. Buckwheat.
Yeah.
Fuck, that movie is top tier for me. After like just recently revisiting it, I think I watched it like
tier of its own.
Like last Friday. I think I watched it on Friday, and I'm like, yo,
what's it on? What's it streaming
on? I think
is it Disney Plus,
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I gotta peeps it.
Dog, it's. It's weird for me to say, but it's like go back and watch it. It's a fucking cinematic masterpiece. Right. As far as like comedy goes,
I'll check it out. I haven't seen that one in years.
Like this shit had me like really laughing, and then the part where they're like dancing, because they're getting chased by the bullies. Yeah, and then they run and they're dressed up like girls, and he walks out. He's like, "Hi, you big boy." Like this shit is hilarious. Like the comedic timing of that fucking film.
That's like old school like Looney Tunes comedy though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But and then just like some of the scenes where it's like the shit that they cut away to, like it makes sense, and it's so good. I'm sorry, I'm fucking raving about this old movie, but
definitely check out Little Rascals. I'll mark that down on my list. Another thing that just wrapped up that we are fans of is Atlanta. You probably know more about this than me. I admitted earlier that I had fallen off the show on accident, not even intentionally, like the last season, but like I forgot that that the episodes were coming out still, and I fucked up and fell behind. So I'm playing catch up. I think I'm on episode 5 right now, but everything I've seen that I missed so far I've really liked. Bro, what do you got to say about that?
This last episode is beautiful, and I'm highly upset and deeply saddened that this series will no longer continue. And it's like how well this series is put together. Minus the third season. The third season was a little off, but it was decent. If they would have, like we said before, if they would have did a spinoff with, the other episodes is like their own little thing, then that would have been cool. But this fourth season is just as good as season 1 and season 2.
So real quick, what were you watching on? Were you watching on Hulu?
Yeah.
So did you notice like the Easter eggs in the descriptions of the episodes?
I try not to look at them because
No, like they're like written like Gambino wrote them about the show. Like it's all weird things. Like so the episode I saw it was like who still has beef with family from the 70s? That's weird. That's like the description on Hulu of what the episode is.
yeah.
And then like I was like scrolling through them trying to see what they were, and like the last one for the last episode was like I'm so glad this show is over. Is like I know you is like for all the people who really hated this, he's like you got to admit this was a good fucking episode or something like that.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's got like little descriptions. That's what the descriptions are written as. And I was just like, oh shit, that's pretty dope that he did that. I never noticed it.
See, I gotta look at it because I haven't looked at it. I just try to like watch the episode because I'm a big like if I look at the title and I can kind of tell what the episode is about, it kind of ruins it for me.
Oh shit, it's a New Balance 574 from the 80s.
But so I try not to look at like the descriptions. I just try to like go into the episode. But I'll go back and look at them and see. But yeah, no, this last episode was fucking beautiful. It was good.
Like cinematically,
the writing, the acting, it just the way everything came together was on point.
Okay.
There's one scene in particular where every time like because I've watched the episode probably like 3 times already, and there's just this one scene where I can't tell you what happens, but when I don't know if you'll get the same feeling when you see it, but the feeling I got was like, man, like this is just
I want to finish writing my movie.
That too. It's very inspiring, but it's just like, man, you look at the scene and you're like, wow, this is like it gives you this like, oh, this is great.
I can tell you that so far this last season has evoked a lot of emotions from that last episode we discussed about him. The whole episode is setting up a vengeful plot to get back at someone who wronged you. And then when you find out at the end that that's what the whole episode was about, it leaves your fucking jaw on the floor. Like
that's just like, that's amazing writing.
It is. And that's what was missing from season 3. Like there was not like deep writing, amazing, interesting, like fun writing that did shit like that. It was just, here's another weird episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But man, it blows my mind how creative either just like one person is when it comes to like writing, but I mean it does take a group of people to produce something like that. So, you know, shout out to the whole team.
Yeah, shout out to what were we talking about that Donald's brother like co-wrote?
Oh, the house party movie.
There we go. Yeah. So that house party movie that's dropping.
And when I seen the trailer for that, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like this actually. And I remember like hearing people talk like, "Oh, why would they redo House Party?" And blah, blah, blah.
Like we always do, because we don't want people touching our sacred things like that. And there's like no way you can improve on them. And it's like, okay, yeah, you can't improve on them, but the least you can do is get people who actually have some type of comedic chemistry and put them on screen together. Because the shit that I don't like is when it's just like we're just doing a remake to make a remake and none of these people have chemistry.
Like the How High shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about you, How High Part 2, which nobody fucking asked for. It's like this one looks like they actually took like the time, thought it out, actually like found people who got good comedic chemistry together. And it's like that was my thing, was just like I don't know who these guys are in this movie, but they're making me laugh.
Yeah. And
that's good. You know what I'm saying?
You know, one thing I will say I kind of don't like about some movies whenever it's produced by, so like how this one, it's like LeBron James's production company or whatever. Yeah. But sometimes like they're very like cameo heavy.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of celebrity cameos. I'm not too, I don't know, for some reason like it takes me out when there's like a lot of celebrity cameos. I like the ones that surprise you. So like in Deadpool, like fucking Brad Pitt, like out of nowhere, he fucking Deadpool, was it Deadpool 2?
Yeah, but I feel like it's harder to do that now. I remember that was like the whole thing of the Hangover franchise. Was like the first one had the cameos in it. And so then whenever they were making the next two, it kept getting spoiled of like who the cameo was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it was just like what?
Like surprise me with it.
Yeah.
Don't like put it all in the trailer.
Why are we finding out who's in this movie? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
And that too.
maybe that's what I mean by that. Is like when you watch a trailer and you see like a bunch of like celebrity cameos and you're like, oh fuck, like that's not gonna be a surprise to me. I like to be surprised when I see shit. So
That's another thing. I don't get why people cut the trailers to give away so much now. I think it's super annoying.
Yeah, there's some people that like cut trailers very well, and then I hate the progression of like film trailers. Whenever it like gets closer to the release date, because they put more and more shit in the trailer.
Because I mean, I guess they're going off the idea of like, oh, you probably seen this already, and so you know what this is, and this was hyping you up to want to go back and watch it again.
But like, I feel like it has an opposite effect on me. It's like the more shit I see in the trailer, it's like, okay, like I know like what the big reveal is gonna be. I know like I can like kind of pinpoint shit. I feel like everybody's getting to that point, especially like with these Marvel movies. It's like you put so much shit in the trailer, it's like nothing's really a surprise. And on top of that, you got all these people that are like pushing shit out. So like whenever the Ant-Man, the Quantumania trailer came out and Kang was in it, and I was like, okay, like that's not like really a. I mean, I knew he's gonna be in that, but it's just like there was
it's no big deal.
there was so much shit, but it sucks because you have Jonathan Majors who's been fucking killing like everything recently. Like this nigga's about to be in Creed 3. He got Devotion. Like he was in
really dope.
The Lovecraft series. Like
we get on that.
I mean, it wasn't. The first few episodes were really good, and then the rest of it got kind of fucking weird. But seeing like his character change from like this good dude to like now he's like playing fucking like villains, and they're making him look like a really good fucking villain.
You know, there's this saying of like that I've heard before where they're like a good villain makes you believe what they're fighting for.
Yeah.
You begin to question what the hero's doing, the protagonist of the film is doing. If the villain is good enough, if their motives and beliefs are good enough, then you'll be like, hey, you know what?
This nigga might be right.
Kind of right. Yeah, exactly. And so it's like that's why people like.
Is he really that bad of a guy?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
like nigga, he just killed your whole family.
Exactly. Like that's why people like Darth Vader. That's why people like love Heath Ledger's Joker and shit like that, because they had bars. They were spitting fucking bars in their dialogue.
Yeah.
And then it's also, if you stop and think about it, it's like, you know what? Some people just want to watch the world burn, dog. You know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So shit like that will always like stand out. But yeah, and when it comes to him, hopefully I hope he gets that same type of treatment. From what I've seen in that Creed trailer, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he looked like...
I'll get it, bro.
Like, yeah, does not look like a nigga I want to be in it with. Like, I gotta box this guy? Fuck.
Gotta whoop this nigga's
I gotta
ass.
fight Jonathan Majors? Look how ripped he is. Michael B. Jordan looks big in that shit, but I feel like if they really box, Jonathan Majors probably whoop that nigga's ass. I'm sorry. Sorry, Michael. But I feel like Jonathan Majors, you do the damn thing. I just hope for him, like, he doesn't get pigeonholed into playing like those roles frequently. Like
bad guys.
Yeah, I don't want to see him as
that would be like so for me that happened with Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Until he was Commissioner Gordon in Batman, I'd never seen him play a good guy in a movie.
Yeah. And
for the longest time I just equated him with being the bad guy. Because like every movie he's in the 90s, he's the bad guy.
My favorite shit was Fifth Element.
Yeah. Zurg. Emmanuel Jean-Baptiste Zurg.
Yeah. You know who could flip the switch though? What's that dude's name from what's his name? Hold on, let me look.
What is his name? That is the question.
He's a really good actor too. His name.
Black or white?
White guy.
That doesn't help a lot. What was he in recently?
Christoph Waltz.
Oh yeah.
He plays a really good bad guy, and he plays a really good guy.
That's that's crazy because it's like the two of his biggest roles are he's that fucking evil Nazi in Inglourious Basterds,
yeah.
And then he's so redeemable and loving in Django Unchained.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, I didn't think I'd like this guy after Inglourious Basterds, but now it's just like, fuck, man. I'm sad he's dead. I'm sad he gets killed in that movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
But with the flip of that, I say the same thing with Samuel L. Jackson. I've never hated someone more than Samuel L. Jackson in Django.
Yeah.
He's just I can't I fucking hate him. And then turn around and he makes me like him again, Yep. Like, it's fucking weird. But, that's just a testament to good acting.
Yeah, I like actors who could flip it like that, where they can either play like a fucking evil piece of shit, or like they just play like the good, like lovable dude, and you're like, oh man,
like, why'd I hate you?
Yeah. So,
but you want to jump in the music corner real quick?
Yeah. Well, do you got something special for music corner?
No, we've had a lot of shit come out these last 2 weeks, and we don't, we always do this shit every other 2 weeks, but it's we got that fucking Her Loss, Drake and 21 Savage, which was, I enjoyed it until the internet got a hold of it and ruined everything.
21. So. Can you do something, man? 21.
Like, without the internet's opinion, like, I actually enjoyed it. I was like, yo, this is pretty dope.
Man, I can't help to look at it now, and every time I hear that, I can't fuck with bro. Yeah. I can't fuck with bro. I can just see a chick singing that shit. Yeah. So when I'm DJing, I'll mix that with Cardi B.
It sounds like a song she should have, honestly.
I can't fuck with bro.
That TikTok you sent me where he's like, yo, you hear this nigga? It's like, what the fuck is he doing?
The other one where he turns around, he like drops it on 21. Oh, that shit is hilarious. Man, Drake was talking a lot of shit though.
Yeah, he's talking kicking a lot of people while they were down, like I was trying to tell you. Like, in every beef this dude is in, he always goes for like the low hanging fruit, and he's like kicking somebody who's down already. Yeah. Or that nigga can't respond because they're
that nigga did dirty.
So yeah, it's weird that motherfucker he does that shit, but
But he can't talk to a broke. He can't talk to a broke. Nah, I mean I like the project. It's very I have mixed feelings about 21 Savage.
To me that's probably like his best work.
Sometimes, like even on that, like I heard a lot of people like this nigga's kind of lacking on this album. Like some of his verses were straight, but I don't know. To me, like any 21 Savage and Drake song, or just any Drake song, like it sounds like all the other ones. It's just like the beats are a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, not to take away from it, like it was a solid project. It was kind of refreshing because we get some new shit to play in the club and all that. So that's cool. But then we get albums like Nas. Or, King's Disease 3, and it's nice. The whole shit is nice. It's refreshing for one, because niggas get tired of hearing the same. I know I get tired of hearing the same shit.
I saw somebody like post that picture like Kobe and Shaq after they won their third championship, and they was like, "Yo, this Nas and Hit Boy."
Yeah, pretty
this
much.
This Nas and Hit Boy with the King's Disease trilogy and shit. It's like, damn, that's crazy. Cause he dropped them motherfuckers back to back to back, and all of them are like critically acclaimed.
And Hit Boy been doing this shit.
Yeah,
Hit Boy's been fucking producing everything.
Fucking composer on Madden this year.
That's crazy.
He's got like all these exclusive Madden tracks and shit.
This nigga been producing his ass off,
getting it in. He's a producer of our time, bro.
But there was a comment that was made by 21 Savage.
Yeah, I saw that, which he had to backtrack on because that nigga was talking out his ass.
Yeah. But he's talking about Nas isn't relevant. I'm like, whether he's relevant or not, like this nigga, he don't have to drop albums.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good. He can just drop an album and it's critically acclaimed. It's like not a lot of people can fucking do that, and he don't have to have like millions of people riding his dick and posting this shit on like TikTok. And I can't fuck with it, bro. You don't need all that because there's a core group of individuals that heavily fuck with that shit and will have it on heavy rotation.
I might be bumping that on the way to Philly this weekend. So we'll see.
I mean, he's relevant, but just maybe not to like all the people who I can't fuck with, bro.
The kids. I don't expect like some 20-year-old kid to be bumping Nas unless like they're just they're like a super hipster or some shit like that.
Surprisingly though, I've seen a few younger people bumping the Nas shit. I actually had one of my kids at work ask me, "You hear the Nas album?" But he's really like into music and shit. So,
okay. Well, see, he's an outlier.
It makes sense. But as parents, like, get your kids started on good shit. Stop fucking sitting up to I can't fuck with it, bro. Well, all right, that's the last time I'm gonna do that. Oh shit.
That ain't that.
Has there been
man.
Oh man, those are fucking those. Yeah. Oh man. So are there any other albums that have dropped?
Those were the two that I was thinking of. Also, another shout out for Snowfall, Jeezy, DJ Drama.
Oh shit, yeah.
That kind of came, and I had forgot to give it a peeps when it just dropped. But that's another one that I like getting my workout into. Good shit right there. That's takes me back.
Oh, Smino dropped the album. Yeah, Smino got some shit on there. I'm a fan of Smino.
I gotta check it.
Oh, Jid.
Oh, we knew about the Jid one.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we talked about Jid.
Jid album dope. I can't listen to Young Boy Never Broke Again.
Nah, I'm good.
I didn't get to check out the Elephant Man's Bones, the Alchemist joint. I wasn't too jazzed on. God did. It was all right. Jay-Z had like an 8-minute verse.
Yeah, that was like that. I mean, that verse sold that whole album. Honestly,
that shit was crazy.
I'll be jazzed on them fucking them DJ Khaled Jordan 5s.
I see. I'm in between on those.
I might get them. If I hit, it will be for the flip.
Have you seen Intergalactic?
No, I haven't. I keep fucking up, bro. I'm telling you, dog. Like, I've just been so busy with work.
I liked it.
Shit. And I want to. I want to see it.
There's an album that accompanies it. And I've heard a couple of songs on there. I really dig them.
Is it good?
It's straight. I got to go back and listen to it. But nah, Intergalactic's pretty solid.
All right, man. I gotta quit bullshitting and peeps this shit.
You need to make a list. You need to finish Atlanta. And then you need to catch Intergalactic. And then Black Panther.
Yo, my boy General Ock dropped a new video, nigga.
Yeah? The Aki way?
The Aki way. Cheeseburger with pickled chips on a waffle. The Aki way.
Bro, so when we were in New York, we were trying to, like, get to Brooklyn. I think it's in Brooklyn.
He's in Red Hook.
And we were trying to get over there to get something the Aki way. And this is before the Aki was, like, super Aki.
Yeah.
He was still like, he had a little buzz, but he wasn't like Ty Dolla $ign wasn't pulling up.
I found his YouTube, before celebrities were showing up and shit. I found his YouTube like 6-7 months ago. And like you can even clearly see like his progression of getting from being like camera shy to like now he's like fully involved with it with his with his catchphrases and all that shit. But yeah, like that's how I started. It was like the videos I was watching was him during pandemic with the mask on still. Yeah. Like, oh, yes, I get you food and all that shit.
May I help you?
He's like full blown. Yes, DJ Mustard.
First you put the burger on the grill.
Yeah. So I'm kind of worried because I'm feel like yesterday's price is not today's price. And I feel like if I slide through, I'm gonna be paying like fucking.
You gonna pay the Aki way?
Yeah, 5-star. You're
gonna be like Salt Bay.
Like a fucking steakhouse dinner in a sandwich price or some shit like that.
That's dope for him though. Like I bet you that little bodega bringing in the bums.
It's the ballinest bodega in New York.
But that shit be funny. I think like now you serve it to the customer.
Never forget the Bev.
Never.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Shit. Well, damn. On that note, I feel like we're gonna wrap this episode up.
Been good.
So we'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a good one.
Latro.
Peace.
Bye.